One day I should have everybody just...
Can't be too careful, though, those weirdos out there.
There's no Warner Brothers on the side.
You gotta ask yourself, do I feel lucky?
Marvel Legends Gauntlet. That is Nano Gauntlet.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
That is... What's going on, collectors, and welcome to another Collectors Assemble Live here on Friday night on Toy Quest 101. I'm super excited today, guys, because we have another guest from our friends over at Sideshow. You know, Sideshow means a lot to us. They started with us when we started our channel. So everybody over there is almost like family. But today we get to meet, or I personally get to meet somebody for the first time who's been there for a while. Probably when I started with Sideshow, but never really got to meet him. But he's gonna be here today, and he's got some new things to talk about that I saw during StatueCon, which is cool. But guys, we are going to meet Will Harbottle today, which is one of the best at Sideshow to do it. And I know you guys heard me before say it, man. Like Sideshow's I've always loved Sideshow, right? I've never had any issues with Sideshow, nothing like that. But I feel like now, right? And I've said this when Daniel Bell was on, or when Jorge Villar, but I feel like now the chemistry behind everybody that works, you know, with the statue, sculptors, designers, everybody, period, paint, the paint, all that, the chemistry there and the teamwork there now, it's just like they all feed off each other. It's just like you see little blemishes of each person who did something to each piece. And I think it's Sideshow right now is at its best that's ever been as far as that team goes, that is sculpting these new statues. And you see all these statues coming out, all these reveals during StatueCon. And, you know, within the past year and a half, I mean, they're just getting better and better and better and nicer and more intricate. And the designs are crazy. It's just, it's been an awesome ride to see where they've come from and how they've progressed, right? And, you know, obviously we had Daniel Bell on, we've had Jorge Villar, and now with Will coming on, we get to, you know, talk to him, and he's been on there for a while, and the designs he has, especially with the women. We're going to talk about the Vixen line that they just announced that I just saw a clip of not too long ago. And man, I already got somebody asking questions about that, which we'll get into later on. But man, I'm excited. So we're also going to have Marcos on, of course, because StatueCon's right around the corner. You guys know I'm going to be there. A lot of the guys from last year are going to be there as well. It's going to be my first time there. Rad Titan's going to be there. I'm excited for that. And of course, Will's going to be there too. So I'm going to meet him now, then meet him in person, which I think is awesome. But man, it's going to be really good. So we're going to talk about that with Marcos, with Will, and celebrate StatueCon coming in a couple of weeks, guys. If you haven't considered going, you guys should go. I think it's an awesome event that they're doing, especially to get all these great collectors, YouTubers, influencers, you name it, just people in the community together to do something that San Diego Comic-Con's not doing, New York Comic-Con's not doing it. Like, this is all about the statues and the hobby we're in, so I'm really excited. But let's get to our members here of the panel. Of course, as always, Mr. Kennedy in the building with the old school Ghost Rider shirt. Let's go. What's up with that, bro?
My favorite, man.
Okay.
Classic Johnny Blaze. Got to go for it.
All
got
right.
my black bandana because, you know.
About to say, you're just missing the
he
bike.
passed away, and this is my little Hogan tribute, brother.
Your Hogan tribute, right? All right. All right.
Yeah.
I know that's sad, man. We lost like 4 people in a row, right? Like,
yeah, man.
Like jazz musician, I forgot his name. The guy from the Cosby.
Well, Malcolm Jamal Warner and Ozzy,
Ozzy, yeah,
Hogan, that was like a 1-2 punch back-to-back days.
That's like crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. And you know how they say, like, you know, it comes in threes or whatever, but man, it's sad, man. Sad. Yeah. And you know what the crazy part is? Ric Flair we all thought Ric Flair was going to go because he was suffering from cancer, was getting really bad.
Yeah.
The day before, he announced that he was cured of it, and then the next day we lost Hogan. And
who would have thought he outlived Hogan and everybody?
I know, who would have thought, right? It's crazy.
He used to party the hardest.
I know, right? He did party the hardest, bro. Oh man, Ric Flair. Jeez. Well, listen, I'm glad I met Hogan when I did. I know he's a little controversial, and I don't agree with you know, a lot of things that he did, especially towards the tail end of his life. And
his prices were expensive, but you know, when you got to meet him, he was genuinely nice.
Cool with me. I told him put me in a headlock. He's like, clench your teeth. I was like, what? And he put me in a headlock. Oh, it was the best thing in the world. But but yeah, man, I always say, like, you know, Hogan was the man, and Terry, you know, wasn't really, you know, a good person. So to his accolades in the ring and what he did for sports entertainment, you know, hats off to him. As a person, I'm not really a fan of, but you know, it sucks, man. It just sucks. But let's get Sean in here. Sean, what's up, dude? Artist extraordinaire.
Guys. Thank you. How's it going?
Artist Alley.
The king of Artist Alley.
No. Listen, I know we're talking a lot about Hulk, but R.I.P. Ozzy, the Prince of Darkness.
Too. I know, man.
From that first Black Sabbath album, that cover that my dad had scared the crap out of me when I was little, and have been a lifelong fan ever since. So yeah, missing Ozzy a lot. Been listening to a lot of Sabbath, a lot of his solo stuff. He was one of maybe the guy when it comes to hard rock and metal. He was legit, the guy.
I checked iTunes. 20 of his songs are on the top 20. All his songs are dominating the charts right now.
Like right now?
Right now. If you go to iTunes and you look at the charts, the first 20 songs is either Ozzy or Black Sabbath tracks.
Yep.
True story. I went to Ozfest. I got like a sore thumb. I had like a colored shirt while everybody was wearing black. I was trying to like go into a mosh pit and square it up, and they're like, no, it's not a fight. I was gonna crowd surf till I saw a girl completely get stripped away from her clothes by the time she got to the back. I was like, I'm not doing that. But yeah, he bit something. He bit a bat or something on stage. It was disgusting. Everybody started freaking out. I don't know if it was real or not.
My thing is, Keith Richards is outliving everybody.
How he's still going if he doesn't donate his body to science when he goes, we're all going to be worse off for that. Whatever he's got, man, they need to bottle it and I don't market that stuff. He's still yeah, man, he's still going.
Well, hopefully nobody else goes. Give us a break. We
need a break. Yeah,
we need a break. All right, let's get the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Marcos from CollectorZown. What's up, dude?
This is the secret.
Oh, is that his blood?
Jack and Coke?
Well, this is the secret. Keeps you going because
all right.
It's crazy. This is Bacardi Gold, aged 8 years. This one. I changed it up. I'm a rum guy.
Did you get it from your dungeon? Like where did you have that at?
Got this shit like a fucking supermarket.
Oh,
you can find it on top.
I don't know. You made it seem like it's been sitting in your family's like
he's got a wine cellar
forever. I know, right?
Puerto Rico. I got this from the caves of Puerto Rico.
Yeah, right. Like we're all right.
Fun fact: Marcos has his own distillery. He just hasn't told anybody.
No. Yeah, right. It's right behind CollectorZown.
And I never met. So you guys all met all these cool people. I never met Hulk Hogan or Ozzy and those guys. That's pretty awesome, man, to meet those guys. And the other thing about Hogan is Ozzy, I mean, it's cool. I get it. But, you know, you got to have that connection, you know. I'm more like an Iron Maiden guy. So Bruce Dickinson kind of, I'm like, oh, that would hit me harder, right? But it's Hulk Hogan, yeah. I remember watching wrestling with my mom, and that's all we did. So I was like, kind of sucks, you know.
It's crazy. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's the way it works, man. Sucks.
It's crazy. But let's get Will on. I know he's back there. He's laughing at us. But let's get him on the show. We've been already 9 minutes in, and he's not even on yet. He's probably wondering like, what are we doing here, ladies and gentlemen? Will Harbottle, what's up, brother? Thank you so much for being on the show. I'm really excited to have you, man. Thank you for taking the time out.
Oh, my pleasure. You know, I was watching your video intro, and it just reminded me. I get so stoked about all this kind of stuff because this is you guys. I mean, you four and anybody else who's listening, it's like that. It's why we do it. It's why it's fun. It's why I miss Comic-Con so much. You know, for the last 5 years it's been since before COVID, the year before COVID, since I've been to Comic-Con in person, and you miss it. You know, you're sitting here in your cave and you're working away, and you start to lose touch with who cares about this stuff? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And it's you guys. So anyway, I was listening to the music and like, you know, the clips and the energy. And I'm just like, F yeah, that's why we do this, man. And I'm super, super stoked to meet you guys and to hang out at StatueCon. And this, you know, just to remember how cool everything we do is. I mean, you know, you know it. You're doing it. You're sitting there every day and you're making it. But to share it with people is why it's cool. Looking at, you know, in the background of, you know, of your spaces there and seeing the cool stuff, man. This is why we do it. It's because stuff's cool. Except for you. What's going on, Sean?
Marcos is, or Sean is in Marcos's wine cellar. You just
He's in the basement.
I'm aging Bacardi as we speak. That's right.
I like how Sean immediately turned around.
Yeah, he's like,
Listen,
We'll say that because I have this like no joke. I have this like strict embargo on anybody going into the gallery. People come by. Somebody came by and said, "I got donuts for you. Get out of here with your donuts. I don't want any." I know you're trying to sneak in here, and it's not going to happen. It's
What
strict
good is all
embargo.
that stuff if no one sees it?
Because they're going to go in there. No. It's because there's so much shit coming in, and then I have another pallet, and then more stuff coming in. Because a lot of stuff from San Diego Comic-Con will be recycled into there too. They're going to ship it right into Sunday into there, right? So you can see it. And what Will was saying too, like, you know, we're stuck in our caves and we're looking at it on TV and we're looking on the you know, pictures and stuff. But when it's in front of you and then the guy's next to you or a female, whatever, it doesn't matter. They're next to you and they're saying, "Holy shit, look at that!" It's different, a completely different experience.
yeah, for
So, yeah.
sure. But
Completely.
listen, that's why we're doing this. You know, that's why, you know, we like to have, you know, guests on, especially people who've worked on things that we love. I feel like you guys don't get, I mean, Sideshow's doing a great job with giving you guys flowers, right? I think you guys, Sideshow's probably one of, if not the only company that really highlights you guys, whether it's on their shorts, like they did, you know, recently with you, or with the bios that they do on their YouTube. But, you know, I feel like we appreciate it so much that we collect these and spend money on it, but we have to some way pay our flowers to the people who create this. So that's why we love having you, you know, having blessed to have you on our show and talk to you about, you know, your creations and the impact that you had in the hobby. So, you know, we might not be at Comic-Con, but we still appreciate you. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. And yeah, hopefully, you know, we get some people in the chats and everybody's in there. Let me say what's up to them real quick. We got Tommy. We got a question here, which we're going to ask later from MTN Frost. We got Renz all the way from the Philippines. What's up, brother? He's like, good evening. We got Jomo. Jomo, what's up? What's up? Renz again. Happy Friday. Hugo, what's up? Alan, what's up, brother? Aurelius is here. I mean, we got a couple people in your vision. What's up, dude? How are you? Yeah, man, excited to, you know, have you on. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Just kind of like an intro, just in case there's, you know, people in the, whoops, that is not you. People in the chats or that might hear this later on, because I know a lot of people are at San Diego Comic-Con right now and might catch this on the replay. But talk to us a little bit about yourself and how you got started in the industry and how you kind of ended up where you're at today.
Yeah, first thing you need to know is I'm freaking old, so I've been around forever. I had like 3 careers before I figured out what the hell I wanted to do, and you know, that's all history. I was a glass blower for a bunch of years, and I was a potter for a bunch of years, but I've always been interested in art, and I've told this story a million times. But like, I just stumbled into this. And I was in a studio space that had a lot of different artists, and I had a friend and just went into their space, and they were toy prototypers. They did, they were working on like Marvel Legends and that kind of stuff way back in the day in the 90s, you know. And I was like, holy shit, that's really cool. You know, my life is like serious and boring, and you know, I had gotten away from all the joys and, you know, of that you had when you were a kid, the comic books and the movies and all that kind of stuff. I went down the serious road. I thought that I wanted to be a writer, and so, you know, everything was heavy. And when I hung out with them, I was like, damn, man, this is what living is. You know, it's having fun. It's, you know, expressing yourself and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, so I started with them, you know, for free for a while. And then in the mold shop, you know, which is, let me just say, anybody who's into doing anything in this world, get your foot in the door. Go to work in the mold shop, do whatever, because once you're in the room, it doesn't take any time for someone to go, hey, you can you put that down and help me with this? And then next thing you know, you're doing it. You know what I mean? So that's my biggest tip there. But anyway, so I started there. Worked for Jerry at before it was Pop Culture, when it was I'm forgetting the name.
PCS, Pop Culture Shock.
Before that.
It
was Soda. Sorry, Soda Toys.
Yeah,
we did.
Ah.
We prototyped all the most fun we had there was when we prototyped all of the Street Fighter action figures. So that was really what I cut my teeth on. About a little over, maybe close to 25 years ago now. But fully articulated. Super got into Street Fighter and all that stuff. Anyway, from there I went to Gentle Giant, and I was there for 10 years. And that's where I really learned how to sculpt, really, spending 10 years there. And then I've been at Sideshow now 11 years. So
11 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
11 years.
I appreciate you so much pointing out the sort of moment that we're in right now, because we really are feeling it. I mean, the stuff that's going on, the stuff that unfortunately you guys won't see for 6 to 9 months, is blowing us all away. Well, we circled the wagons and we're like, okay, what do we do? And I'm not talking about going crazy bigger or crazy more expensive, but just what do we do to push the medium forward? You know what I mean? And we see what's out there. We see these people, all around the world doing crazy likeness sculpts and all this kind of stuff, that crazy, super detailed and casting in different materials and everything. So we're that's what, let's do that. Everybody in your spare time, focus on, bringing in new methods and new, visions and ways. Anyway, so we've just been killing it. We are so stoked, man, for everybody to see what's coming down the pipe. And I'm talking about from characters to the way we, produce the characters and stuff. It's going to be
don't
cool.
get in trouble, Will.
I'm trying to keep it so big.
Don't get in trouble.
You're like an agent here. Chill out.
I don't need
a few reveals or a little sneak peeks.
That's what StatueCon is for. You guys I'm gonna have a couple of beers and then I'm gonna get stupid.
He's right. He's right. That's what it is.
That's so funny. Listen, we tend to get hints here and there, and when we get guests on and stuff, so we could imagine the amount of things that you guys have brewing and stuff. And like I said before, I feel like now you guys are just I want to be a fly in that room where all you guys are coming up with ideas and that meeting where you're like, all right, what's next? How are we going to do this? And man, I just feel like you guys are all having fun there. And your heart is getting, poured into these statues. And you could tell, even in your video, when you were talking about the what is the Vixen, the Pulp Fiction one? Right. Am I right? You were just pouring. There you go, Paul. You were just pouring your heart out. You could tell how much you care about.
I'm excitable. If you haven't figured it out already, I'm definitely excitable. And this stuff turns me on so much. Like I said, I spent 20 years wasting my life, and then when I finally found it again, I'm like, I'm not wasting any more time. I don't, we got to have fun with this stuff. And hey. We all make mistakes too. We have there's plenty of stuff that we would take back if we had to do it again. But that's part of the excitement, is just sort of leaning out over your skis and just seeing where the hell you're going.
Listen, I'm excited. And I know we're going to talk about that one soon, but I want to I kind of want to talk about some of your, so real quick, first, before I get there, because who's your favorite character in Street Fighter? I know you started with Street Fighter. Who's your favorite character? I just want to know, if you were right now to play me one-on-one in Street Fighter, who would you pick? And are you excited, or have you heard of the new movie and who they casted?
I don't know about that, actually. No.
Oh, I could tell you. You might laugh, but go ahead.
I have to confess, as much as I love video games, I mean, my daughter's name is Zelda, so
Oh wow,
we love video games.
Kind of guy.
But I suck playing that. So I'm a weird one. So Kat, my wife, who is the painter at Sideshow, she's the player. and I'm the coach or the backseat driver is what I couldn't tell you who I'd like to play, but I can tell you who I like as characters, and because that's where I come in. I mean, shoot, I got them all down here. I got the whole. I love the girls. I knew you were going to say
Cammy. I knew it.
I was just gonna say I love Cammy. She's just like,
okay. She's a good one though.
If I could, she'd be on the list of figures that I would like to sculpt before I'm done with this. I mean,
all right.
That would. She's just a gas. I mean, I love ass kicking sexy ladies. That's just that's my go-to. They can take care of themselves. I'm not a big fan of the sort of damsel in distress kind of but if she can take care of herself, I'm into her.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. And your daughter's name is Zelda? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's all. I did not know that. That's freaking
She's a pretty good player. She's a pretty good player too, of various games. But it's Kat who's the real player.
Okay. And you actually went to school for paint, right? And it was for being a painter? Is that what it was?
I undergrad, like when I went to school, I was studying painting. Yeah.
In New York.
Like fine art painting, I wanted to be like in galleries and stuff like that. I told you, I got heavy really young. I don't know what I was doing. I just everything got real serious. From there I transitioned into being a writer. Wow. I don't know. I was floundering around. When you haven't found what you love, you aren't connected to anything, and so you do bounce around. You know what I mean? Either that or you get stuck. Maybe you ended up making good money, and so then you it's hard to leave or whatever. But I was never making any money, so I could just try something different whenever I needed to. But for a lot of years, the reason I tried all these different ways of making money was really because for 10 years there, when I was trying to be a writer, that's what I wanted to do, and I didn't care how I made money. So I'll be a glass blower, I'll be potter, I'll do whatever I can do. But because what I'm really trying to do is be a writer, and when that didn't work out, luckily, but I figured out I didn't want to be a writer basically on the same day that I figured out that I did want to be a sculptor. it was that easy.
But listen, even though it's been a roller coaster, I feel like that journey has given you all kinds of techniques and different skills to kind of like.
You've always been a creator,
right? Like I feel it's all different fields of the creativity, and it shows in your work.
The story is sort of the thing that I always try to come back to. You know what I mean? And I actually found that telling stories through statues works way better for me. You know what I mean? I'm not patient enough. I like to read, but I'm not patient enough to write a long story. You know what I mean? Because it takes forever, not just to write it, but like to experience it. Like you can't sit down and go, poof, there's Moby Dick. You know what I mean? And like I get Moby Dick, but if you saw a really cool statue of like, Ahab and, going in Moby Dick, and they're like, doing their thing, you can get that whole story in an instant. And there's some super exhilarating way of storytelling that's immediate like that. You know what I mean? And that's what clicked for me. So that, in the Pulp Vixens or in, some of the other things, even, I'm looking over here at Red Sonja with the snake. I want I'm not super into posy statues. Like, someone who's just like, hi, I'm standing here for to have my picture being taken. I don't mind museum pose, but I sort of want it to be a captured moment. Like, Red Sonja there, she's kind of standing there, but she's got a little bit of a lean, like she's kind of coming around the corner and ready to face the next thing that's coming towards her. It doesn't have to be super action all the time, but I like the idea that you captured a moment rather than just a pose. Preferably for me.
That I think you might have just kind of hit the nail on the head right there. As to we were talking earlier about how well Sideshow's doing. Maybe not the entire thing, but a large part of that secret sauce. We've had, like we said, we've had Daniel Bell on. We've talked about the same thing, storytelling in the visual medium. That's a big part of that X factor that I think you guys have, and looking forward to see more of it down the line. Again, don't get yourself in trouble. But
yeah,
but
I'm waiting for Andy to email me. I'm like, careful, Miguel.
But that storytelling element, not I shouldn't say element. It seems to always be at the forefront. This overarching thing of, because you're right. There's a million places you can go to hear Superman in a cool pose. But that's always been done.
Even down to the details. Like, we just happen to be looking at Sonia here, and I'm flashing back to having sculpted her. She's got gloves, right? Well, what do you do with the gloves? I'm a sculptor. I'm looking at it. I'm sitting down here. I'm facing the thing, and I'm like, well, where did she get the gloves? And so if if you look at them, they're all embossed with like different kind of figures, and not humans, just like designs. And so I designed those designs that go, they're her armor on her shoulders and stuff like that. I had to come up with like, why? What is it? Where did it come from? What's the story? Because otherwise you got nothing. It's I think sometimes people just like, oh, she's got shoulder pads. Poof, here's kind of like out of the box shoulder pads, or here's out of the box gloves or whatever. But we try to, and Danny is great at this. Figure out what what part of the world was she traveling through when she got these gloves, and it's part of her story. So anyway, not to belabor it, but stories should be everywhere. It's part of our lives. Why do you have that shirt on? Why whatever. That's it's who you are. It's where you come from. It's your story. So it makes we spent a ton of money on these statues with the idea that we're gonna live with them. I don't know, maybe for the rest of our lives, or at least for a long time. Until we run out of enjoyment of them. And I kind of think, with all that money, you want to be able to keep looking at them and keep finding stuff that turns you on. And sometimes you just step back and go, dang, that's a really sexy pose. And, and that's good for a while. But then you lean into it and you go, yeah, what's that? Like, what's that? Or like, oh shit, I never noticed that before. That's pretty cool. And it's not just because there's so many details packed in, but hopefully there are things that catch your imagination, and click with you. And that's why we connect to this stuff. We connected to it when we read the stories, we read the books, Conan or whatever it might be. And, we connect to the stuff through the stories and through what they mean to us. And, we just sort of keep piling that stuff on. So anyway, sorry.
No, this is great. I love hearing about this. This is freaking awesome. Real quick, Fatal, what's up, dude? Brother, cousin, thank you. Guys, this is our 100th episode. I just realized that.
Man.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Our 100th live episode.
You need some kind of explosion or something.
I'm not really the type to celebrate things like that, but hey, it's cool.
I hear you.
But let me see. What did Comic Galaxy? Harbottle, you didn't waste a minute. It helped you build into a brilliant artist you are today.
Oh, thank you.
Very nice. Aaron, what's up? Thank you. Listen, I love all that stuff. Everything you're saying, I could sit here and listen to for days, man. I love hearing the artist's perspective and what their minds are thinking when they're doing things like this. And I know we touched on, Comic-Con and missing those days. And I'm really a true believer that pictures sometimes don't do justice. There's a lot of statues, like even when I review that, I'm like, I don't know how this is going to turn out. And then I open, I was like, man, this is a lot better than what I thought. The details are a lot better than what I thought. You could see things you don't see in pictures and videos, no matter how good they are. Yeah. And that's why we miss sometimes, Sideshow being at, at San Diego or New York or whatever. But that's why we're also grateful for Marcos doing his StatueCon, because we're going to see a lot of, products there that a lot of us are thinking of getting. And now I feel like that's more important than ever, because a lot of people are being a little bit more, I believe they're being a little bit more cautious of what they spend. And,
sure.
Yeah, so I feel like now looking at it in person can hold a lot more value than not doing it. Right. So this is why I feel like StatueCon is going to be, it's always been a great idea, but like to have it now, I feel like now more than ever, it's more important because of that. So, but yeah, man, there's like, oh, wait, hold on. Do we got people? Sorry. Critical Mass is in the building. Sorry, Critical.
Hello.
Over here talking. He was probably back there. Were you back there for a minute? Let me see.
I'm knocking on the door.
Oh, no,
how's it going, man?
Not that long. How you doing, man?
no.
Good to see you again. Hey, I got that red Sonya.
Yeah, I was about to say Critical has the red Sonya. Critical was also on Constructive Outrage, so you probably met him before.
Yep. He's got the man has good
Minds.
taste. Very, very good taste.
Yep. Collective Minds has the EX version of Red Sonya. So there you go. But yeah, this is great. So my next question would probably be, what do you feel has been? I'm gonna start with the most challenging sculpt that you've done. What do you out of? I know it's a lot of them. Before I ask you which one's your favorite, I wanted to know which one's the most challenging one that you think that you worked on.
That's a good question. I gotta go with Voltron probably. It's we there was just so much technical stuff to build that thing. I like robots. I like hard surface stuff as much as I like sculpting figurative things and the females and stuff like that. I really love robots, but I didn't know Voltron at all, and I didn't know the character. I didn't know anything about it, so it took a while for me to really get up to speed. And I think I've told this story before, but like that's a complicated piece. I mean, it's just there's so many parts to it, the original intent for that piece was that, like, if the panels, like the cowling, the panels that are covering everything, basically all the colored stuff, all that comes off, and it's all fully sculpted underneath. There is, all the mechanisms and stuff, because we, at the time, the idea was, oh, how cool would this be that all this stuff is magneted and it can all come off, and you can just take it apart and kind of get what the character is all about, that he's assembled out of these parts and stuff like that. That just turned out to be insanely expensive. Like, it would have tripled the cost of the thing, and we're like, okay, we're not doing that, but we had sculpted it all already. So anyway, so there's just a lot of time, and and all that stuff had to be designed. And whenever you have to design so much, you can really burn through some time. Because you're not going to get it right away. You're gonna go, okay, that cat's kind of cool, but like that part looks really stupid, so let me do that again. And anyway, there's a lot of that. Trial and error eats up so much time.
I mean, there is a lot to the statue. I mean, the legs and the different faces and the colors. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff.
Each
I think
cat
this
is
a good one
different.
too. Yeah,
of course, so like I couldn't even reuse all that stuff.
Yeah, I think some of these guys here are big. I mean, I know there's a lot of fans out there of Voltron in general.
I'm a big Voltron fan.
Yeah.
I just don't have the statue, and it's like, I think people slept on this piece.
Yeah.
Once it sold out on the site, everybody wanted it.
I didn't realize how cool it was going to be until I saw it all painted. Sometimes that happens. It was a lot of fun to work on because of the challenge and stuff like that. But when I saw that thing painted, I was like, holy shit, look at that. And it's huge. I mean, the thing is just giant. So it's really impressive. Luckily, I got a sample one, so I actually have one.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. Did you get to eventually see any episodes of the old series or even the new one from Netflix?
I haven't. I did, tons of research, but he's a character that I didn't really have time at the time to watch the shows and stuff like that. I think that thing came out when my daughter was like 2. The statue did, and before then and after then, I try to really immerse myself in each character, because how do you sculpt this stuff if you don't know it? But that was one character that sort of fell through the gaps, where it was all 2D reference. I didn't really get a chance to get into the stories and stuff like that much. So, but I should, because I've heard it.
But you still did an amazing job.
I'm about to say you did a pretty good job. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like, damn good job. I had the die cast metal of this back in the 80s.
Yeah, I did too. The old Matchbox version.
Wow.
It wasn't Matchbox. Yeah. It was some other. I think it was Bandai or
Bandai company. Did it first, and then Matchbox.
Okay, I had the original one.
Yeah,
it was huge. I gave it to my nephew.
I got a whole bunch of Voltron stuff, even like my Lego Voltron, and
it was big.
I think isn't Henry Cavill working on a live action movie?
That's what I heard.
Yeah, for Amazon. Prime.
That should be cool.
They're gonna replace him with Pascal.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
you be quiet. You leave my
Replace
voice
him
on.
with,
The year of
Ian
Pascal,
Hensler.
guys. It's the year.
It is, man. That guy
Year
is
of
everywhere.
Pascal.
Jerry Bourne. Jerry, I miss you, bud. I haven't seen Jerry in forever, man. I mean, I watch a show, but he hasn't visited us. What was Will's first for Sideshow? What was your first thing that you worked on in Sideshow? That's a good one.
Yeah, no, my first like 3 or 4 were really fun because they were all over the place. So the first one was Christian Bale Batman, the one where he's kind of standing there with his dukes up.
Oh yeah.
And so that, it wasn't a full likeness, but it was at least, it was movie accurate. So like that's kind of a genre of sculpting is, getting something movie accurate, which is really challenging because I call it pass fail. It either looks just like the movie or it sucks. You know what I mean? Like, there's no in between there, and so that's tough. My second one was Red Sonja, and I'm trying to think. I think my third one was Voltron. So like it was like a movie dude, a hot chick, and a robot were the 3, and that's kind of like going in different directions. And that,
They were testing you, man. They were testing.
Yeah, that
you.
really kind of sums up my career. Like I'm not the best at anything, but I'm decent at a bunch of different things. And I kind of like it that way because it keeps me connected, like engaged and energized.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say get extra work.
Well, it does. It does. There's no question about it. I mean,
You've got range.
It helps keeping you busy, no doubt. And busy is the best thing.
They tested you, man. They're like, we're gonna make him do every possible thing: a robot, a hot chick, and the Batman.
I think
Put you through the
I think he's a
gauntlet.
little full of it. I got those Vixen ones. I've seen it in person. I don't know what you're talking about. That you're not good at certain things.
Oh, we're gonna get to those because I know those are
decent?
very, very
I don't know
popular.
if that's decent, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All
That's
these are really
decent.
good too.
It's above decent.
Well, thank you. I mean, like I'm, but I'm not there's people like Steve Lord who is just the best anatomy sculptor on earth, and so the people who are the best, and I'm definitely nowhere near those, but I'm decent, at a bunch of things. So whatever, it's just it.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Jerry said Wonder Woman goes back a few years.
Yeah. Yeah. She was fun. Yeah.
Here's the Batman that we were just talking about.
I like it. Look how cool.
Yeah,
That's
this was
cool.
good. Mm-hmm. Squaring up. There you go. Look at the details on that. It looks good, man.
Yeah, I don't see the.
Did the eyes light up on this? Is masted too? Is that what that was?
Oh yeah, I think so. I forgot.
Yeah, I think so. Look at that.
I know what you mean, though. There's, I can't remember where I heard this term. It might have been from one of the people on here, the manufacturers, the companies we have on here. But there's people, they call them rivet counters. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but it was referencing like a Star Trek piece. And the people, when you get stuff that's, from movies or something, people who come and be like, no, there's 4 rivets in your piece when there should be 3 on this panel. Like hyper specific level of detail, and you've got to hit
that. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you're doing it for them. I mean, like but as an artist, sometimes you have to sort of keep your focus and keep your energy level up because that isn't necessarily the fun stuff, but it's super, super important to get it right. You know what I mean? And I don't think I could do it every day. Well, but for the last 2 months, I have been doing a lot of movies.
It's putting you to work.
Yeah, it's all movie stuff, man.
Not above average. Now they want here you go more work, but
it's a new.
Here's a couple more files for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep it up.
It's a new focus for us. Sideshow hasn't done a ton of movie pieces. We do a couple a year or whatever. But recently, we've really leaned into some cool stuff, and so I've been dabbling in like I don't know, like 10 different pieces in just the last 2 months. Not full pieces, just kind of coming in and helping on parts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we're really trying, and we believe we have up in our game with all that stuff. The Luke Skywalker that came out recently, with the X-wing, is kind of the first one where we
stop talking about it. I want it, but man, I've been that. So I'm gonna be honest with you. So that I've been since they did the render. I think they showed it at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah,
they showed it somewhere,
a while ago,
right? Render,
years,
and we showed it on here, and I was like, man, this is gonna be great.
Yeah,
finally came out, and then I saw the price tag. I was like, oh, but it looks so good, man. Are you gonna have that over there by any chance, Marcos? Maybe a little bit, maybe. I don't know.
You're not allowed to talk about it?
Listen, I think that's an awesome
plans
piece.
in place. Look, when it comes to Sideshow, they've sent me so much stuff months ago, and then extra stuff. But then Anthony and the other guy, there's these crew of 4 animals. I'm gonna call them animals. They're bringing their own stuff too. But things change. But they have their own little pouches of ideas. So I was like, whatever you want to do.
We're gonna bring some cool stuff. Let me just say that.
There you go. I didn't want to say it.
I'm excited. I'm so excited. But going back to that Luke, he's just. I mean, again, the concept, the idea, and like you mentioned it before, and I think now the consumers or even us, the influencers, we're looking to see who, because everybody's kind of on a friendly, well, I don't want to say friendly, but a competitive level, right? And they're trying to see who's gonna do something next. Like, what could you possibly do now to change the game while still keeping it, where we need to keep it? And that Luke right there is one that I thought was really neat. You know what I mean? Like going up into the ship and the door being there. Oh, it was freaking awesome. And then finally seeing it when it came out, I was like, oh, this is so good. But yeah, man, you guys, I feel like, so do you guys have like a competitive friendliness going on in that room between like you and Daniel and Jorge and who else is in there?
100%. Yeah, no. Yeah. I mean, and it really is strangely positive, you know what I mean? Because it can get awkward, ugly real quick. But it doesn't, I don't know why, but maybe it's the crew that we have or whatever, but very, very challenging and very inspiring. So yes, it's a very friendly but serious rivalry. No question about it. Like I want to kick Danny's ass up, down.
Let's go.
It's on your mind. But he's so friendly that you can't. It doesn't ever get dark. It just gets like,
Nah, we love Danny, man.
And and it's not just in the room. There's stuff coming out all over the place. Danny was just showing me. He linked me to a bunch of stuff just yesterday, and said, here, check this out. And I was like, oh shit, wow, that's good. And so we're constantly like, okay, we need to figure out how they're doing that, and how do we do that, and so it's like I said, it's not just in the room or in our building. It's the whole industry. Is pushing, and a lot of it is being driven by single artists out there, like some dude in Thailand or whatever who's like doing the craziest effing hair you've ever seen. We're like, that's really neat, man. That's a whole different level of hair sculpting. How do we do that? And so we're trying to, fold it into our bag of tricks.
That's awesome. Yeah, we love Daniel, man. We had him on a while ago. We had Jorge on, and I knew the guys for a long time now, but I feel like everybody's in a really good spot in life and, with the company. And, like I said, I feel like Sideshow's also doing a good job listening to, the crowd out there and, especially with their socials and their groups. I feel like they're being a lot more open-minded than they were before.
1,000,000%, and that is really cool too, because there was a period of time there where we didn't think it was productive to interact with the fans as much.
Yeah.
That's not the way we're doing it anymore. We listen, we go on the boards, we talk to people, we hear what's being said, and and when I say hear it, I mean, we hear it, like we hear it. It's not just like, oh, that guy's an idiot. He doesn't understand what we're trying to do. It's not that. It's like, you guys are a really cool community, and by and large are right. When there's a group, when there's a consensus, it's usually right. You know what I mean? So, for example, we showed Superman last week, right?
Mhm.
And
Right.
we tried to time it with the release of the movie, and so we were like pushing really hard to get that thing ready, and then we heard some of the reaction, and the first thing we did is not only did we go back and address a lot of the stuff that we were hearing, so we listened, we heard, we listened, but we also, for the first time since I've been at Sideshow, let the fans know that we heard you, we listened, and we're revisiting this sculpt. We told the fans we are revisiting this piece. Like we would never admit that in the past. And I think it's super healthy to say, you know what? Like, we're trying to level this thing up. We have to. We are repainting it. We resculpted it. And that's cool. You know what I mean? Like to be part of the part of the audience at the same time as we are creators is I found to be in the last year. I mean, for example, this conversation here, a year and a half, 2 years ago, wouldn't have happened.
Oh yeah,
it wouldn't have been something that was just, it wouldn't have fit with what we were doing then.
Yeah.
Now, like, hey man, I'll come on next week if you want. Like, we're allowed to.
Will, that was part of the, you're talking about 2 years ago. Yeah, that year and a half, this whole StatueCon as a whole, it's a project in place that we've been talking about and trying to make it happen. And then when the doors were open, that's fine. Now going back to that the sculpt on Superman, where did they acknowledge that? I didn't hear it. Was it in a social media thing, or did they acknowledge it somewhere? Or
someplace, I don't remember where I saw it, but like they said we admitted we are revisiting this piece.
I didn't even hear a complaint on that.
I think what it was, I can tell you what, because I asked Mestis this initially because it had to do with David Cornsweat when he initially saw his Hot Toys figure and the portrait.
Oh, the reaction,
like and his reaction was like, "Oh, this is Superman, but it's not me."
That's what he said. The Hot Toys one.
Yeah,
dude, it was a little cutthroat. We were like, "Ooh," like it hurt.
Yeah, it was like, "Ooh," and I was like,
"It was like a burn."
Well, how is this fit? And that's when he was like, "Oh no, this is pending. We're gonna be reworking this." Because we caught clips of his, clips of it.
Hot
so I
Toys
guess everyone. Yeah, because I guess you guys are working off production photos, so it wasn't like you had him in the room to
I'm
look
sure
at.
It's a rush project too. I mean, you got to get
and that too.
Yeah, I mean those deadlines and stuff.
I think that helps very well. Yeah, I didn't know that you guys did that. Saying, "Hey, look, we're just going to revisit this. Just enjoy it right now. This is the concept. We'll be back to show you some updates."
I actually saw a picture. I mean, I'm in no way bringing this back to toot my own horn, but there was a picture of me working on the head. So I saw that online somewhere. I can't remember where I saw it, but
pull it away.
I
think
think
it looks good though.
Crypto
looks real good.
Crypto does look good. One of the earliest examples of this, I felt like there was a sort of paradigm shift. The first Sonic the Hedgehog, when that design came out, and the company,
and
the fan feedback was justifiably very.
For the movie, right?
Negative. Yeah, the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie. I don't know, maybe 7 years now at this point. That felt like a paradigm shift where they were the first company to prove that you could listen and engage with the fans and make a pretty substantial change in good faith. And then when that movie came out, and huge success, they're working on the fourth one now.
Still doing good, yeah.
It felt like there was a shift where a lot of other companies took notice and was like, "Oh, okay, wait, this could work. We could interact and engage with the fans and their, admittedly at times very harsh criticism,
right,
and come out okay."
But to say that in a safe environment, right? Somewhere you feel safe to do it, and that's where the community kicks in.
Yes.
So the artists feel real comfortable because you could tell where it's like, okay, well, that sculpt isn't very good, to opposing, you guys all suck. You should all vote.
Yes, that's a key.
Exactly.
Yes, a key difference.
And you're an
Well,
artist.
yeah, I
too,
mean,
so-
there's
Right. Well, okay, cool. Yeah.
You
Awesome.
can give
Very good.
constructive feedback without being rude or
Well, yeah,
like
you
an
don't have
asshole.
to be.
Or a troll.
Be rude.
Yeah, well, and guess what? We listen then. You know what I mean? If you know if your presentation isn't great, then we're probably not going to hear you. But this community, like I said, by and large, is really awesome. It's it's fun to you're fun to interact with. I started off this conversation by saying how much I miss the opportunity, and I'm a hermit. I'm a guy who like does, I'm not super social, but my place to be social is through this, in this world. This is how I connect to people with, through statues and through comic books and movies and stuff like that. So.
Well, listen, we certainly appreciate Sideshow being more open to, listening to us. And for a while, I know I've recently just said this, but for a while, I've actually let a lot of people from Sideshow that a lot of people don't know are in our Facebook group, so they could, without anybody knowing, so they could sit there and listen to things because I feel like on Sideshow's Facebook group, they know that they're there. So yeah. I feel like sometimes it's little targeted versus being in a random spot where it's not.
Of course, yeah, you got to be out. You got to be out there in the world. You got to be walking through the jungle. I mean, you can't be having a conversation in your own bedroom,
right?
And have it be productive.
Right. So I am glad that they're listening, and we told Daniel straight up. I asked him, especially when he came out with the back row, like you got people who constructively criticize something with good faith, and then you got people who are just for whatever reason want to trash without any type of wanting to buy it or anything like that. And he said he's like, it hurts sometimes, but it sometimes it's good to hurt and listen, because sometimes it changes that we got to make. So the fact that you guys are admitting that and doing some things, and and you guys don't even have to come out and say it, but the fact that you are just shows a lot of progress with you guys as a company. And speaking of jungles, guys, we got P-Rock in the building. What's up, P-Rock?
Welcome to the jungle.
With his Godzilla back there. Thanks for joining us, bud. Appreciate you coming on, my friend.
Thanks, man.
And I just noticed Critical with his, how much you get paid for that, bro? How much you get?
This is not my love, baby. This is not my love.
You got something here for that. I'll take it.
This is not my love.
Oh, wait, hold on. What are you showing off there?
Look at this.
Yeah.
What a
This is not my love, baby.
Look at that.
Yeah, Shell, me and Crippler.
Let's go. All right.
Tell us again how you did the Sideshow tour.
Yeah.
How'd you get the what?
Hey, wait a minute. I want to tell AK something. AK, did you know I went to Sideshow?
I knew he was going to say that.
Hey, AK, did you know I met Will and shook his hand? We interact.
No.
We had
really?
We had energy to going on. I can't explain it.
Spanish.
We connected. That's my little brother.
Yeah, that's
but Critical got an
Critical has bought every piece of Will's. Probably.
Yeah, he's got an amazing collection. Like,
he does.
He does a tour, you'll be blown away what he has.
Yeah. And he's done some unboxings on the show of some of them, and we're like, wow, he's got a good collection going on. But real quick, I wanna move into this because we did have the first question of the night, but I want to talk about this. We just saw they shared this at during SideshowCon. Yep. Where they had the reel with you just being very super animated and excited about this piece and explaining, how you poured your heart into it and why the pose and her face and just all that stuff. But I'm gonna let you take that reign again. Talk to us about this piece, and how you created it and what the creative process was behind this one.
Sure, yeah. This one was the first one that I designed. Gosh, it's going way back before COVID. I mean, we're talking about 5 or 6 years ago. I pitched,
really?
I pitched this design a little behind the scenes. My original concept was a similar idea, and it was Punisher. So I had Punisher sitting in a chair. He wasn't lounging across the arms. He was more just sitting like a badass in the chair but kind of off to the side a little bit.
That sounds
Gangsta leaning in the chair, and you can see the whole blown. You can see the whole blown through the chair. And then and that didn't work for a variety of reasons. And so, but I couldn't get rid of this idea of like the chair with the hole blown through and the money all over the place. And so when I decided to, I started designing these characters, I was like, oh, a hot chick in the chair. That's the way we do it. Anyway, so but the whole theme of the thing was, of all the pieces is that sort of 60s spy movie aesthetic. It's what I grew up with. It's what my first love was. James Bond and all the spin-offs and spoofs and all that kind of stuff. But I always liked the girls in the movies. And I was like, well, what if in my world the girls are the spies? The girls are the stars. They're not just the sort of arm candy along for the ride. Anyway, so then that I kind of created the backstories of this team of ladies, and anyway, so that's the idea. This one, I think the story is the most self-contained in it. It's very clear she's in some big rich guy's bad guy's place, and she just blew him away and found his money, and she's making a call back to the office, kind of a thing.
The shotgun laying across her stomach is the best. I love it.
Guess what I did?
Did you order this?
No, not yet.
Did you reenact this? You reenacted it?
Did you? What did you do? What did you do?
Oh, I didn't do anything.
Oh! You're talking about her. That's what she did.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I thought you were gonna like surprise us with something. Like, what did you do?
No, because Will says like she's calling into the office.
Yeah,
I got it late. I got it late.
That's what I did.
The piece was originally called "Never Guess." Like she's on the phone and be like, "You'll never guess what I just found." Anyway, so that was kind of the original idea of it.
Look at this, the money
Story.
inside.
I mean,
Where the money resides.
Now, in the right angle, do you get a better view of the legs? Like in the right angle, it's kind of.
If you go 2 more pictures over, I think you get the.
Wait, I had one where her legs were just.
Panties.
No. What happened? Hold on.
What?
Oh no!
What just happened?
Hold on. I don't know.
How did it go to?
Boo.
Where's the thing? All right, hold on. Let me find this again. Hold on. Sorry. Hold on. How did it go from? Okay, now I'm back.
Out of curiosity, what are? I imagine there's both quite a bit of pros and cons as far as creating your own, in this sort of realm, creating your own original idea, something that's not, Batman, Spider-Man, an existing franchise.
It's mostly pros, really. It's just a chance to, and let me just say, Sideshow insanely gave me just pretty much free reign. I mean, like not only did no one ever really say no, but they more often said, how about some more of that? You know what I mean? It was like, give us more.
That's the ideal situation.
Crazy. It never happens in your career. And it's kind of happened twice because, it happened a little bit for a while at the end of my time at Gentle Giant. I got to design 5 characters, the honey trap figures, which was kind of my first taste of that. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. But it'll never happen again. And here it happened again. So I'm very, very appreciative. But yeah, no, the challenge of it is you can do anything. And so it's hard to, how do I say this? It's hard to know where to aim, because you can go anywhere. So trying to focus it down. That's why we wanted to include 2 heads on this one to sort of like, well, we have all these ideas. Let's use more than one. Let's, why not, try to get more options into it and stuff like that. So, but yeah, when part of the reason why I was so excited, Miguel, when that video came out,
the show
or whatever. because when I walked into the room was the first time I saw all three of them together ever in my life.
Oh, really?
So I was like, holy shit, these things look fucking great together.
They should have gotten your reaction. They should have been a reaction video.
I was on camera like 5 minutes later, so I was still like, holy crap, these things are cool, man.
That's awesome.
It was really fun and satisfying because, just to get into the creation of them a little bit. Our whole idea from the beginning was, this is my love letter to my career, to my medium, to this thing that I've been doing for 25 years. And the idea was never to make it easy, you know what I mean? And so like we really pushed in all three figures, really. We've really pushed. None of them are just, how do I say this? They're not easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mr. Sin is like this intensely lit thing on purpose. Like we really wanted it to push the boundary of what the medium is all about. You know what I mean? And it's not for everybody. It definitely didn't click. A lot of the stuff that we tried and that we didn't click for everybody.
Yeah.
But it clicked for enough people that we can do more. And it clicked in ways that have sort of affected other statues and other designs and stuff like that. So, in other words, what we're doing with our own internal product is stretching our wings a little bit. You know what I mean? We're not meant to sell 10,000 of these things. Because we wouldn't be challenging the medium if it was just super easy. You know what I mean? If it was just straight, in other words, here's the bullseye, and we just went straight for the center of the bullseye, again and again. We wanted to push it. We wanted to push the storytelling. We wanted to push what paint could do. Like that was really important in the first two pieces. Like what storytelling can we do through paint? You know what I mean?
Look at the details. Just this picture I love. I know it's not the whole thing, but the money's being stashed inside of the pillow, and the pillow having weight on it from her sitting and lifting on one side. I mean, right there. I know a lot of people don't look at things like that, but for me, that's the stuff that I enjoy looking at these statues. The small little details that you You know what I mean? And look at the wood. It looks the wood grain. I mean, if that's not a sofa from Puerto Rico back in like the freaking
it's missing the plastic.
It's missing the plastic.
Oh, it's missing the plastic. Yeah. Like, dude, this is like just this little part right here. Just the details, and like I said, like that pillow didn't have to be like weighed down, but it is, right? Because it makes sense, and just things like that. It's just it looks fantastic. And listen, I don't have a lot of female characters in my collection. I really don't. I don't know why, but I just don't. I have a Harley and a Spider-Gwen somewhere they gave my daughter, but this is fantastic. And like Critical's been on the show and showing off some of your work too. MTN Frost just said love Dr. Sin, brought one right off, so he bought one. But yeah, man, I mean, you could just tell right off the back the details here. Don't forget Kate from No One Lives Forever, or Emma Peel, MTN said.
Oh man, heck yeah. I'm so into this stuff. Like what's really funny is I'm going to show you a little of my office here. When I went to sculpt these things, I go out and like I bought a telephone so I could feel the weight of it. You know what I mean? And
That's awesome.
And look over here.
Did you get that Goodwill?
Where did you find it? First of all, eBay. All right.
I can't, my cord isn't long enough. I would show you. I have the flippers for Deep Down. I bought the flippers. They're sitting on my table over there. So I buy all this stuff to have. Partly it's just because it looks cool, and partly because I want to be surrounded by this stuff, and I want to listen to the music, and I want to hear the feel, just be surrounded by it and immersed in it and stuff like that. So
dude, that's freaking awesome. I was impressed with that rocket too. I saw a rocket or something.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty neat.
That was my COVID build.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's awesome. Bro. That's
Blast
huge
off.
too, bro.
Blast off.
Is
that a Saturn V?
It's Lego. Can you believe it?
Oh, that's the
That's a
Lego.
Lego?
One? Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Oh, nice.
Wow, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
we love Lego here, bro. That's awesome. That's good.
So, Will, I got a
Um,
question.
Go for it.
Question. Okay. Now that you're doing the Vixen line, if they asked you to flesh out a full story, would you actually consider writing a story like they did
that's a
for
good
Put of the
question.
Dead?
That is a really good question.
I don't think I could do it. It's just I would participate. I mean, here's the deal. I would help create the whole story because I've kind of already done that, but I couldn't sit down and write it from page 1 to page 200.
Okay.
It's just I know that's not my skill. So I would leave that in the hands of someone who could do that better than I could, but I would love to flesh it out, no doubt, and flesh it out in a way that people can share. But one thing, it's funny when we first were kicking around this stuff again, years ago. Like it's unfortunate how long it takes for you guys to be able to see it. But we were kicking around this stuff for going back 3 or 4 years, and I remember one guy in the office said, nobody's got time to read a book for every statue. So, put in what you can put in, and fill in the rest for yourself, so that I can sculpt the thing. I know what I'm trying to get in there. But we're not going to, certainly anytime soon, or in this first wave of things, start putting out comic books and all this kind of stuff, because people don't got time for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So part of what really I think is kind of fun is people have been filling in their own stories. Like I plant all these little seeds and try to put in a bunch of suggestions, and then people look at the statues and go, oh yeah, and I'm like, well shit, that's better than my story. I like that. I'm going to take that. It's cool. It's been a sort of an opportunity to tell stories through seeds rather than through whole gardens or whatever. And that's really been fun and satisfying for me. As a guy who likes story.
There's
awesome.
an old saying: painters like painting, writers like having written.
Oh God, I never heard that before, but that was me completely. You know what I mean?
Yeah, meaning like the process is brutal, but you like the end result.
It's so different in sculpting. That's why when I said that I knew that I wasn't a writer the same day that I knew that I was a sculptor, because it was like that. I was like so early on in sculpting, I realized this is fun. I mean, this is freaking fun. And it popped into my head. I was like, and writing isn't. And I want to do that more. I want to do this thing that's fun more. I want to do less of that thing that I hate.
That's awesome. Real quick, let me get to some of these questions. I've promised everybody in the chats real quick. Fred, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that, but amazing work, Will. I wonder if you can explain why the hair on the statue was changed from the original concept.
Sure, yeah. That concept is so old that it was kind of before we really had developed the whole what we were doing. In other words, I did a rough sculpt. The first anything of Pulp Fiction's was the rough sculpt for this piece that I did, like I said, 5 or 6 years ago, and she just had a blob of chewing gum for hair, just because I was in a hurry. I was doing this in my weekends and stuff. It was just kind of I just wanted to be able to convey as quickly as I could the idea. And an artist went in and sort of traced over my sculpt and did some interpretation, because what we were trying to do, that piece of artwork that people have seen, was originally done internally to help sell the idea internally but really it was never meant to be what the statue was going to be. It was just kind of a sketch, generic pretty lady. If you notice, there's no like real context. There's no, it's a great drawing, and I love. The designer's freaking fantastic. But it was just meant as like a thumbnail, like to help sell the idea. This was always what we were going to be shooting for. The period, of time that we're shooting for, that kind of 60s. We didn't want it to be so 60s that with I call it the Sally haircut, which kind of comes down and curls up on the outside, like Mary Tyler Moore. We didn't want to go that far into it that it kind of alienated people. But this hair is straight Bridget Bardot. I looked at a million pictures of Bridget Bardot, and that's it's her haircut. Okay. She was famous for just taking all this big mountain of hair and sort of folding it on top of her head and putting a couple bobby pins in it, and she just had this sort of big tousle, and I just thought it was the sexiest thing ever. This chick, she's got the raincoat on because she knows where she's going. She knows what she's got to do, and it's going to be messy. So she's wearing a raincoat. But she's got to look good doing it. And so she's got her little raincoat outfit because that's who she is as a character. And then the alternate head, I just love, I think I mentioned it in that video. I love the aesthetic of the 60s. I love the design. I love the fashion, particularly that London swinging 60s thing. And the great designer Mary Quant is who kind of created that whole look. Really, from the Beatles and all that stuff. She really helped create that look. And so the outfit and in particular that hat is my total homage to just that look of that period of time. And I also thought, I love the contrast in the alternate head, in this head, with her she's so cute looking, and she just blew some MFR away. She just blew a hole on the other side, but she's got her little cute hat on, and that contrast there is just the whole thing.
That's awesome. That is pretty neat. I love hearing people talk about their stuff, man. This is awesome. Real quick, MTN Frost kind of had a similar question. It was the first question of the night. Before we even started, he had it prepped. We've been discussing the difference between the concept art and the finished sculpt for the Pulp Vixen Killer Return. Why did the hair and the cleavage change? Concept was stronger. Thanks. So he's talking about I've read his posts and I totally get it. I totally understand. It's taste. You know what I mean? For me, this piece was always going to be about that. How do I say this? The sneak peek of her panties.
Yes, that's what I said earlier.
P-Rock gonna say something. When he's a panties is over. Sorry, Will.
I said that earlier. I was like, I want to see the angle. It's a tease. You tease. It makes you curious.
Yeah, because more, not more on this piece. You know what I mean? That little glimpse of the panties to me was just so naughty.
I didn't even see that.
Less is more.
If you zoom in.
Where's that? Where's that part? Where is that?
It's right here.
Yeah, that's why I was like, is there angle you can see a little bit better?
Less is more.
I can't zoom in.
For me, it's the tease. It's that tease. I just think is super sexy, and it's the same thing with the shoe dangling off. You just get a little hint of sexy feet, and that's the stuff that.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Let me see that. Oh, mira.
What you did good too is the thigh, the little muscle definition on the left leg. I love that. The upper thigh portion, the little muscle definition there. That's beautiful.
I understand critical zooming in that deep.
There you go.
I was zooming in.
In person, it's I think we intentionally kind of didn't exaggerate it for the gallery for obvious reasons. You know what I mean? But in person, you go, oh shit, there's a little
It makes sense, though. It makes sense. A moment in time, and it's good. It's good. It's classy.
I think it looks awesome. It's a little tease. I love it.
Yeah, it's the tease. You know what I mean? And if she was sitting there with her shirt open too, now you're into a completely different moment. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like in a different character, in a different setting, and stuff like that. And for me personally, I thought this was actually more dirty, if you want to just put it that way.
Yeah.
Because like you're seeing something you shouldn't see, and that's to me kind of titillating. You know what I mean? Whereas someone sitting there with their shirt half open, like I don't give a f.
Right.
It's a different moment.
Mission accomplished.
But like I saw people speculating like, oh, they went prude on it, and I'm like, prude? We just did Mr. Sin, where the woman is in her bra and panties and nothing else. We're not about prude. There's no prude. It's just different ways of teasing and titillating.
Yeah, it's like a classy tease.
It's very good. It's very good. Very subtle.
Yeah. So I think if P-Rock approves, that's all you need. That's all you need.
Is it the definition right there, and then above the right knee, the little, I love that definition.
Yeah,
right,
that's why I put it on this picture. Like the muscle line, right?
Yeah, it makes complete sense. Fantastic.
That's sexy to me, man. I love that stuff. That's why I like sculpting these ladies. There's just so much to enjoy.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, go ahead, P-Rock.
It will. So this is a question I've always asked. So with you sculpting this, when it's finally produced, do they let you see the final production? Like, let's say, for instance, you see the final production and you don't agree with something. Do you get any kind of say, no, it shouldn't be this way? Or is it too late once the final production comes out?
Well, I mean, it depends on how late you are in the process. Once it's in people's hands, it's too late. But we're pretty good about, fairly late in the process, making changes. And yes, they do show me all that stuff. For in particular for this, because I'm so involved in it. There might be other projects where I'm more just the sculptor, but there are some projects that I do from beginning to end like this. And I even got the chance to look at the T-shirt designs and stuff like that, which was really fun. But then there are other projects where it's sort of like Zatanna, for example. She was designed from top to bottom and side to side, and I love that design so much. I didn't change anything. I mean, like I saw the design and I said, oh, I want to sculpt that so bad, and they let me sculpt it. So there's projects like that where I just execute the sculpt. And then there are projects that are kind of halfway in between, like Deadpool and Lady Deadpool, where all I knew was we were doing a Deadpool, and they're like, "You got any ideas?" And I go, "Do I got any ideas?" Yeah, I got a lot of ideas. So actually, for that one, it was super fun because I went around the whole office and I said to every person in there's 100 people, I'm like, "You a Deadpool fan? Yes? Okay. Give me what you got. You a Deadpool fan? No? Okay, bye. See you later." And I went through everybody and I just wrote it all down. And so for me, that piece was so much fun because it's like, oh shit. The one guy's like, oh, you got to have him do a duck, doing the kissy face and the selfie stick. And I'm like, oh shit. Yes. Hell yeah. There's my swap out. He goes from the machine gun to a selfie stick. Like, yes, thank you. I've only done 2 pieces. I did that on Deadpool and Rogue. Rogue, actually, I called a meeting. I sent out a company-wide email and I said, anybody who's a Rogue fan, come to this room at this time or whatever. And everybody brought so many great ideas. And that's how we got the sort of levitating gag, was somebody just said, well, like, she looks like she's really flying. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? And he's like, I don't know. She's like, I think the idea this person had was she's like hanging from her hands. And I was like, well, how about she's hanging from one hand? You know what I mean? Now we're talking. Now she really looks like she's flying. Anyway, so that stuff is fun, and we're going to be doing more of that kind of thing. I believe, just opening it up, letting the fans be fans. You know what I mean? Like that's. I
don't know. Well, I don't know. There's got to be a fine line, man. These fools.
Yes. Oh yeah. You have an editor.
Marco should watch your mouth.
You know these guys.
It's an editor. No, you. I want every idea under the sun. I want the most bullshitty ideas.
Spider-Man smoking a joint with the Hulk.
Yes.
That's
I
P
want-
Rock.
Yeah, with Miles Morales. With Miles Morales.
Hey,
P-Rock
I
and
want
Sculpts.
Right.
As a sculptor and designer, I want all those ideas, but I want the ability to say yes and no. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to say that's a good idea. Ooh, how about we twist that idea a little bit and then blah blah. But yeah, you need an editor.
Yeah.
But a mountain of ideas.
Will, can I go backwards for a second, real quick? And this is off topic a little bit. Does that phone you bought work? Does that work?
No.
Okay. It was driving me crazy, man.
I had
Call me
a
now,
rotary
test it.
phone like that for a million years, and I thought about it. I mean, it's all working, but we don't have a landline, so I'm like, fuck that.
It's like,
If you had a landline, it would work.
I would plug it in.
Listen,
Yeah, because the technology is not that big a deal of those.
the kids don't even have like typing class anymore.
they don't even write in cursive. Listen,
Yeah.
all I know is I'm gonna clip P-Rock jumping out of his seat when you said that because I thought that was funny.
You got
Hey,
so
now Marcos has got me thinking about Peter Parker at the end of the day after
Yeah,
he
he's like,
calls
just give me
Doc or
stuff.
somebody, and he's on a rooftop and he's drinking a Budweiser.
No.
And he's like,
come
well,
on,
that's
you gotta do
a
Corona.
hell of a day.
Yeah, you gotta do Corona. I don't know about Budweiser. Fatal said, I love to see one in this line with a 70s Foxy Brown look. Does he mean the rapper Foxy Brown?
No, the actress.
Foxy Brown.
No, you're
talking.
talking.
No, he's talking about Pam Grier.
Like Pam
Yeah.
Grier? Okay.
Pam Grier.
I would be lying if I didn't say that I wouldn't love to do that, and that we haven't been thinking about those very things. 100%.
That you should do it.
If the line continues, we have a whole bunch of things that we would like to be able to do, and like this line. And really, it was Deja Thoris that kind of opened up the doors to this recent wave of sideshow originals and stuff like that. A little bit because it performed so well, and it was such an unknown character that we're like, I wonder if we could just kind of shift it into completely unknown characters and get similar responses. And so, we currently have Pulp Fictions going on. We currently have some of the horror pieces, which I had the great joy to sculpt I'm forgetting the name. The vampire and the victim.
Vampire Lust.
Yes, Vampire Lust. Right.
Yeah.
It went through different names as I was sculpting it. So I forgot what we ended up calling that one. And anyway, so I got to work on that one. And so that's, more Sideshow originals. But I just finished a couple of Sideshow originals that I am so excited to share. It like just dream of all-time dream projects. Let me just say, I'm a huge Conan fan. I'm a huge Red Sonja fan. I'm a huge like that kind of fan. And this is my ultimate dream piece, and it's finished. And like, it's gonna be a little while till we can share.
I'm gonna
it. But
feed you some drinks instead.
Nice. I'm glad you said that because Kamikaze Crush said, "Hello guys, can you ask Will if he has any info on the future of the horror line and Court of the Dead?" You got some hints there. I don't know if he could say a lot of things, but
both are alive and well and will be serviced moving forward. No question about it.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Thank you for that. Thank you. That's freaking awesome, dude. So that's a lot. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I can't wait to meet you. So
Miguel is tingling.
Dude, it's so cool. I just love hearing people be passionate about their work because it shows in their work when you see it, but then when you hear them, it's just like, it's like, you know what I mean? It's really cool. But let's move over to StatueCon. So obviously you're gonna be a guest at StatueCon, so we're gonna be excited to have you there. Hopefully we're gonna see some of your pieces there as well. What are you looking forward to the most after saying that you haven't been at a Comic-Con since what?
5 years?
I've been there.
Yeah, 19 maybe? 2019?
Yeah, right. It's been a while. So is this really your first like gathering of the hobby? Wow. So what are you looking forward to? What are you looking? Yeah, I believe it is. What are you looking forward to? Meeting the fans, getting feedback. What do you think is? What are you looking forward to in this event?
He's looking forward to hanging out with me.
I'm looking for
and the show
having a beer with all you guys, and talking off the just from the heart a little bit. Like this is a little bit more formal than we can just totally shoot the shit. Like I if it was just me and you, Miguel, or whatever, we're just sitting down there, having a beer and we're just chatting. We can talk more specifically about like to the hobby, you know what I mean? Like, what do you dig? Who do you dig that? What do you think that other people are doing? What do you what did you think was amiss? And we can talk like, oh, okay, yeah. I can see what you mean about that. Like, I love that stuff. My hobby happens to be my career. So like when I on the weekends, what do? I sit in my office and I sculpt shit. I mean, because it's what I like to do. Father's Day, my wife and daughter like, we want you to do whatever you want to do. And I'm like, how about you leave me alone for a day while I sculpt?
Peace and quiet.
Just let daddy work. Let daddy work.
Oh, P-Rock, do you know that his daughter's name is Zelda?
Oh, no way. You're
He's a big Zelda fan.
Man.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
I love Zelda.
So I learned today. I was like, oh, man.
Dude, that was I played that game when it first came out.
Triforce right here. I'm ready, bro.
Look, even Sean, I think, has his. Oh, yeah, look. Sean has.
And that's just coincidence, too.
Right? Sean. Yeah. Wow, look at that.
Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah, I played the first game. What was that? What year was that?
88, 87,
87 or 88, I believe.
Yeah.
I beat that game twice.
Yeah.
I can't say that I beat that game. I beat myself up on that game a lot.
Marco cheated. He entered the name Zelda and jumped to the second quest.
Hey, real quick, Comic Galaxy, Harbottle, he says, I mean this in the best way, so respectfully. He says, you remind me of Quentin Tarantino. I think you guys need to work together. You seem like long lost brothers. There you go.
I thought that too.
I thought, not to sound disrespectful, I thought you remind me of Michael Ravenport with a mixture of Mephisto. With the little...
Who's Michael Ravenport?
Oh, you know the actor?
Where's he from? New York? What part
New York comedian.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was in Higher Learnings. He was in a bunch of other movies.
Yeah, he's been in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, your energy.
Oh, the comedian Michael
Rappaport.
Yeah, he reminds you of Michael Rappaport.
Yeah. Your energy and your
Is
voice
it cool?
reminds me of Tarantino.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. That's
well,
cool.
He would like a lot of my statues because I sculpt more bare feet than just about anybody. I got
He might have some. We don't know.
Yeah,
you never
might
know.
be a fan.
If I ever get him on the show, I'll invite you back on. We'll make sure
He's a fan. He's a fan.
Listen, Marcos, what about you, man? What are you looking forward to, especially this? What is this? Your third one? Is this your third one?
It's technically the second, but it's
second one.
Third year. It's the third year we're doing something like this. The first year was kind of like a grand opening,
right,
of something new, which was the gallery, it's still the only gallery. You know, there's hopefully a couple more out there eventually in time, but yeah. So it's the second year. So what am I looking forward to it?
Yeah, especially now being that it's your second year. What are you looking forward to now that you haven't in the past? Besides, it's growing because I feel like it's become massive right now.
Yeah, it's growing out of realms that I don't understand. Like it's like I don't know how to go to the next level without help. You know what I mean? Like education. Like I don't, how do you? Because I try to keep it free. You see what I'm saying? It's like all these companies, we all keep it as free as possible, to a sense of like entrance fees and like parking lots and hey, Sideshow, you owe me 20 grand for putting your stuff. It doesn't work that way. This is all about the fans, and then Sideshow reciprocates that and saying, oh, okay, here, send 20 things to you guys plus 4 awesome people. And then so man, that's a good question. I just want I always play host because whoever was there last year, I'm always running around getting people drinks and helping people out and chilling. I like to hang out. I like to hang out more, so I want to hang out with meeting people that I haven't met before yet too. But I've met a lot of you guys before as well, but I never met Will. I never met Tim as well too. Tim Hansen will be there as well too.
But at least we'll hang out too, like outside of, because like obviously I met you at at New York Comic Con for the first
Right.
time, right? But we didn't hang out, right? Like,
No,
so
this
that'd be
time
cool.
we're hanging out. So that's a good
Oh,
question.
for sure.
No, we're
Oh,
definitely.
Marcos knows all the dive bars.
Yeah, I mean, whoever wants to come with me.
Well, last time at Sideshow last time at New York Comic Con, he happened to be at the Sideshow Lord of the Rings one.
I just
after
showed
party.
up.
And I turned
Oh,
around and
yeah.
there he's sitting right next to me. I'm like, really?
I'm like, what are you eating? What are you eating? Can I have some? Here's some of that. Here's some of that stuff. Well, Matt's going to be there too. Well, I don't know if you know Matt, Nerd of the Rings. He'll be at StatueCon. And he was at the event. He was one of the guest speakers there. He's a huge YouTuber, Lord of the Rings guy. But that's a good question, man. StatueCon. It's very interesting, man. I do like to see the people's reactions when they see the pieces. I do like that. I do get a little kick off of that. And that's why I have that strict embargo, Sean. Like, I don't let people in for like 3 weeks. Like it's crazy. It's a store and I close it for 3 weeks.
Oh, no kidding.
I do.
Oh,
I do.
wow.
It's a store too, Will's. Like, there's no price tags. It doesn't work that way. It's not like a store like that. It's a very unique place, and you'll get to see it. It's very unique. It works because I condition it to work that way.
It's sort of like it reminds me a little bit of. I told you I'm old. Led Zeppelin never advertised because they just thought it was way cooler for people to tell you. Like, they're the biggest band on earth, but everybody thinks that they're kind of on the inside because, like, you talk about them with your friends, but like, you're not being beat over the head with it, and everybody feels like they're an insider that way. That's cool.
I didn't think it that way. I wasn't even advertising it that way. It's just, it's a byproduct of what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
No, but I'm really excited to see Mark again, which is critical, and definitely Miguel and whoever's coming. Well, yeah, there's so many other people are coming. A lot of people in your chat are coming too. I kind of met them before. So yeah, it's going to be, and Mark, it's bigger than last year. Think about it. There's more pieces out there than last year. Think about it.
Yeah.
And you've seen it, dude. It's a shit ton of pieces.
Yeah. And when you look at the list of people on your billboard that are coming, how much bigger it is than it was last year.
And for Alex,
it's going to be nuts.
I'm from the UK.
Oh, yeah. I'm really looking forward to it.
Rad. Yeah. Rad's going to be.
I hate Geo can't come. It would be cool to have.
Yeah, we could have both those done.
I love Geo, man.
Great. I'd love to talk shit with those guys because
my God, we get kicked out of a bar together.
If Geo came, me and him will end up fighting somebody. I swear.
9 o'clock, the doors open. There is no set schedule. Like, for example, hey, about 10 to 11, we'll be talking. 1 to 3, there'll be a panel. It doesn't work that way. It's an open house. Just a lot of adults just hanging out and people coming in and out more. And then the next crowd, and then the next crowd. And then it feeds and feeds and feeds. And then go to lunch, come back 3 to 7:30. I turn off the lights and get everybody to get the hell out. Then we meet for dinner. And then after dinner, you want to come to the dive bars with me? You come down to the dive bars with me? I mean, we're out all night. So 2 to 3.
I'm looking forward to it.
Do it again.
Yeah, Rad's rooming with me. Can't wait to meet him.
Yeah.
And I've known Rad for a while, man. I've known Rad for a while. So finally meet him is going to be great.
But it's a unique experience, and it doesn't work without you guys. Honestly, it doesn't work out with you guys. You guys are the fuel and the blood of it. So that's why I try to. I'm just kind of like, I don't even know what's my my role in it, but just kind of get you guys all together. Yeah, the Nick Fury role. I can bring all
Nick Fury, bro. Yeah,
Nick
about
Fury.
to say Nick Fury, bro.
Nick Fury. I bring all the Avengers together, see what
Bring
happens.
them together. It's like, okay, I got all these people together. Let them do what they do.
Yeah, don't think I take that, for advantage. Just like, Mark, you always do. You're flying all the way from across the country and spending time and vacation or whatever, and time away from your family. People like that. And Miguel's, he's flying. Daughter and kids, and people do that. And this is a special event. It really is. It's really cool. And
let me ask a quick question. So where's everybody from? Like, AK, you're from New York, right?
Yep.
And so Critical, you're from LA.
LA.
Yeah. And where is everybody else?
I'm like 50 miles away from Sideshow.
Okay.
Oh.
Critical.
Christ, there you go.
Come on, critical.
Literally, it is.
Not that
It's
he's
50
measured.
Yeah.
in the Connecticut,
No.
New York
Yeah.
area.
Because I
Yeah.
drove there and I want to know how far I was driving. It's 50 miles.
Mhm.
He screenshotted the mileage. P-Rock, you're in Connecticut, right?
Yep, Connecticut.
Okay.
Sean's
You
in
know, Colony.
New
You
York.
know, Colony.
And Miguel?
So I'm in Jersey, Philly area.
Oh, okay.
I'm like literally right on the border of Philadelphia and Jersey.
Oh, okay. I spent 20 years in New York, northern New Jersey area.
Nice,
Oh.
nice. Yep. So we're from all over, and there's a couple other people missing from the panel. I got 3 from Florida, and then Calvin's in LA, right? Calvin's the trucker. He's in LA. He's gonna be there. You're gonna meet him.
Oh, cool.
Right now he's at San Diego Comic-Con. I'm trying to think who else am I missing from the panel. I think that's everybody, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully. But yeah, we're from all over. Then Dennis is from Puerto Rico. He doesn't get to be on as much as he wants to, but he's in Puerto Rico. But yeah, man, we got and then our viewers, they're from all over.
Yeah, everywhere.
They're
Yeah.
from all over. We have them from UK, Australia, Puerto Rico. I mean, they're from everywhere. So
Yeah, you got guys come from Indiana, Texas, New York.
Yep.
Overseas, Australia, UK.
UK, yeah.
Wow.
They're all coming, spending time and effort and money, but
That's a big
why,
deal, man. That's a big deal. And it's really freaking
huge, big
cool.
deal. It is. It's a big ass deal. That's why I try to keep it in a realm that makes sense. But then eventually,
Yeah, right.
things might change, and I don't know how to change them in a way
How to control it, or guide the change. Yeah.
to guide the change. And I don't know, because then you're talking about, well, here comes an entity that says, well, we can change it
Yeah.
to something massive, but we're going to do it this way.
Yeah.
And then it's profit.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? This is a get together. So I'm going to get to that level. I don't know. I'll talk to some people.
Metal Elf is in Michigan.
I met him. He's a cool dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I met Metal. He's
So warning right now for all you guys that are watching now or tuning in later. This happens to me all the time. People go up to me and it's like, "Hey, it's Ricky," or "Hey, it's Eric." And I'm like, "Oh, cool." And I'm like, "I have no idea who you are." And then it's Metal Elf. I'm like, "Oh, shit!"
Give me your
What's
handle.
happening?
Give me your handle.
Yep.
Like
yep.
it's like it's crazy. It happens to me all the time at the cons. People go up to me, want to take a picture, and I'm like trying to figure out who this person
Hey,
is.
John.
And
It's John. We talk
like,
all the time.
Yeah, sure. What's up, John? I'm
Yeah,
like,
John.
And they're like, "No,
What's
it's-
your,
Who the fuck
but
is
what's
this?
your
And to
real
get deeper
screaming.
into it, Will, to get deeper into it, you guys go back to saying that you guys are the blood, you are the hobby. Is that I now that I've been in this, and it hasn't been that long, 2018 maybe, kind of doing what I'm doing. I'm seeing the turnover, like not I'm gonna say turnover, like the passing of the torch kind of thing, all these there's YouTube channels, but some of them are disappearing, and then the new ones are appearing, but are they, they're losing the knowledge that the old guys had, and you'll see that in the show too. You're going to see a lot of new shows pop up, new influencers pop up, and it's like, oh, okay, and then some of the old guys, but we need the hobby to continue, because then you have that void, and there's a void right now. I will officially say there's a void right now but I think maybe it's economy too. It's kind of like that big bubble. Something's going on right now, so it's big. It's more important now than ever, I think.
I just think right now, with like a lot of things happen at once between the tariffs and between companies shutting down and restructuring. It's like I feel like the hobby has taken a big blow, right? So I think this is why I said it in the beginning of the show that I think now it's more important than ever that it's happening, because it's gonna spark a fire into a lot of us that have been beaten up, whether you're in the industry or as a customer or as an influencer. Like, even with me, like, I'm doing reviews and shorts, reviews every 2 weeks or every week, live show every week, shorts almost every day. Oosh. And it's hard, and
very hard.
And it's a roller coaster of things, now, like. And not to get too deep into it, but like, I've lost we talked about Gentle Giant. You work for Gentle Giant. They're gone. They were the first company to start with me, and even P-Rock. I got Gentle Giant and Diamond Select to hook up with P-Rock to do reviews, and unfortunately now they're gone, and now I have to like open up my partnerships to see who else I could start doing reviews for and stuff. But it's just been taking an impact. So now like it's a good time, and I talk to Calvin almost every day, and I'm telling him like, man, I didn't go to San Diego Comic-Con this year, and it's been a rough year for me. So it's like I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody at StatueCon, so I could just get that spark back, like that. Not that I lost my love for it, but like I just
it hits you, man. It hits you.
That
hits you hard. And San Diego Comic-Con, man, dang, that costs so much money.
New York Comic-Con too.
But even then, like Marvel wasn't there. Like every year, it's kind of like I don't know. Like some companies go, some companies don't. Sideshow stopped going. They're doing everything online now, which is awesome too. There's nothing bad with that, but it's just a lot, man. A lot going on. So I'm looking forward to it. And obviously, I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of the viewers, like Metal Elf. He's like, I'm gonna announce myself, Miguel, don't worry. I was like, thank you. But like and meeting sculptors like Will, and just hanging out, I just it just brings more energy to it. Like I always love reviewing pieces when I get to know backstory or get to know the person who actually was involved in doing it, because it just means more to me at that point than just doing a random review of a random statue that I like. If I have more tie-in with it or more like sentimental value because I've met the person and know how much it's meant to them, like the review just turns out to be a lot different than me just doing a random review just because I know more into it. So it's just a lot, man. I'm looking forward to it. I know a lot of people are looking forward to it. We've been talking about it for a while, and the more we talk about it, the more time it gets closer, the bigger it's getting, and the more surprises is going to come. I'm excited. I'm gonna be doing videos over there, so I'm really excited for it.
Here's something for you, Will. It's in 12 days.
I know.
Wow. It's almost
coming up quick.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
It's
flown by.
That's crazy, man. Time is flying.
Yeah.
Absolutely nuts. And I'm very stressed out, 100% stressed out. So don't call me, text me. Don't do anything. Leave me alone. I got to get it all done. But the place is ready for the next wave of new things, which I'm sure are going to be the last second.
Yeah.
Yeah. But everything's ready to go, and I'm very happy for everybody else to come and enjoy it. And again, I bet this year is a success, which because of you guys, it will be. And then we'll see what happens next. I have no idea.
Yeah.
No clue.
Next, you got the minute Sunday comes, you got to start planning for the next one. That's how that works.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Tired of all you guys. Tired of P-Rock. Tired of P-Rock. Nah, dude. You and I got to hang out. Him and I have the same vibe, man. That's the thing. Him and I have the same vibe. I love that guy.
P-Rock's so much fun, dude. He's so fun.
He's so cool.
Dude, I'm afraid if I make it, I won't remember half the time.
Oh man. But listen, man,
Critical, you staying at Critical? What? Dude, some things came up, but I'm still trying. Were you staying at Critical?
I'm staying at the hotel that sponsored that Marco's is sponsoring. What's the name of it, Marco?
That you want to avoid that one. That one's the really nice one. There are a million other hotels that are way cheaper.
Oh no, I'm trying to room with him. I'll sleep in your bathtub.
Oh yeah.
I'll sleep in your bathtub.
I'll sleep in the bathtub.
You talk to him about it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Critical. I'm gonna stay in your bathtub in the hotel room, man. Just let me know about to take a shower.
Well, you got to move aside when it's time to take a shower.
I'll move aside, yo. I'll get out. I'll go for a quick walk.
And I do encourage that. I know you guys are goofing around, but there are a lot of people helping people carpool.
That's my thing. Because like
are you in the chat, P-Rock? Are you in the chat, P-Rock?
I didn't even know anything about a chat.
Bro, don't even entertain him. He had 8 months to do shit. If you ain't gonna do shit now, you ain't doing shit.
Chat. P-Rock, there's like a whole chat for everybody who's going to it. Marcos, can you add him, please? But you gotta no, it's not. You gotta pay attention to it though. Like,
I got 12 days. Man, I got time for him, man.
And if who knows? Somebody might have paid for a hotel and wouldn't mind a kickback for you to stay. You never know.
Yeah, because people were talking about different people need carpool and rides. Yeah, I just put the dates that I'm going to be there. So You know, I'm
Mhm.
flying in on Midway on the 6th. I'm flying out of Midway on the 10th.
Midway
You know,
at?
so
Chicago.
it's a little.
Chicago.
Chicago, right?
Chicago. A lot of people are from Chicago. Fatal, DJ Herc, Jomo. All these guys are from Chicago, and they really will help you guys out.
Now let me ask you something, Marcos. I want to make sure I didn't do the wrong thing because last time I flew in O'Hare, that was bad. So
Okay.
I flew it this time. Flying in to Midway. They said that's closer. Now,
Oh,
is there
shit.
an
I'm flying
airport
into
closer
O'Hare.
than that, or
That's my
There's-
question.
what's
Yeah,
the
'cause everybody's
South
going to
Bend?
Chicago. I'm like, my thing, I land in Chicago. How am I going to
I
But
keep hearing
Chicago is
something-
only an hour and change away from us. It's not crazy
Is-
far.
yeah?
So
but
is it a
what is
closer
in
one?
South Bend?
South Bend is one in Indiana. It's about 40 minutes away. But
You probably got to catch another flight to it.
yeah, it's a smaller airport. and
You
it
probably
might-
got to go to Chicago and then there.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
which
I
I've
saw
done
any.
before, bro. I've done before.
I didn't
Yeah.
see any direct flights there.
Or
so,
you got Grand Rapids, Michigan, which is an hour north, maybe 50 minutes north. Yeah, and that one.
My
That
geography sucks. Where's Detroit?
Thank-
I'm the same way too, yo. I'm the same way too. I don't
Thank you,
know.
Jomo.
I don't know capitals. I don't know nothing.
East.
I just know I felt like I was driving forever,
I
especially
don't know if I
when
can
was
do
coming-
this. Okay, so I can do this. So everybody from Michigan does this. 'cause
Oh
it's-
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Detroit's right here. So we're all the way here.
Okay.
yeah, I saw that.
All this is water. This is
Okay.
all the lake here.
This
So
is
you're-
all water.
You're
Yes,
you're in a
true.
lake town. You got beaches and everything else, and you got everything here.
I'm driving from about where your watch would be. I'm coming from about here.
That's fine, man.
Yeah.
That's good. Indiana.
Yeah,
from
'cause-
Ohio.
I can't wait to meet
land-
Jerry. Jerry's gonna be cool. I mean, Jerry's coming. He's coming. He's ready to go, man.
Oh,
He-
good. Jerry's going to O'Hare. I'm about to say, am I the only one flying to O'Hare? Me and
So how's everybody getting?
Oh,
from
O'Hare's
Mexico?
good, man. O'Hare's-
Yeah.
Are they taking Ubers? Okay, how's everybody
Jerry's
doing?
No
landing
Ubers,
here
brother.
and he's driving all the way over there.
No Ubers?
Nah, man, this is the country, man.
No, they're in the
How the fuck-
country.
how
We
am I gonna
we
get there?
we
I
had to
gotta get
rent a
rental?
we had to rent a car, bro.
I'm gonna take 5 of these guys out about 3:00 in the morning to look for Bigfoot.
Bro, I'm down to go looking for
Sounds
for
like a
big
good
Bigfoot.
time.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Give me
I
some
should bring
Ubers.
my
I'll play
bow. I
Bigfoot.
should bring my compound bow.
Nah, bring a beer. I want to have a drink with him, bro. You seen him
Wanna have a
lately
drink?
doing
Oh,
all
yeah,
those
yeah.
podcasts and stuff?
Bigfoot he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
But,
He's hanging out with all the girls.
You
he's
ever
getting
seen those
S-
AI
he's getting
podcasts
it-
of his? They're funny.
Yeah,
as
he's
hell.
getting STDs.
Also, to give another little account for anybody who I'm not trying to get people to get there. I'm just trying to get people who are already going excited. Again, Sideshow sent a ton of pieces. Will and Anthony and Jesse and Tim, they'll bring their own thing. Iron Studio is going to send 10 new pieces on top of the 30 they already sent.
Bro,
Weta
they
is sending-
threw some bangers at San Diego Comic.
Yeah, they got some crazy stuff. Weta Workshop will send 3 or 4 concept stuff.
Oh, that
to the
one.
show as well too. They will bring their stuff as well. They already told me. And PC,
Is he gonna be there? Is Weta gonna be there, or just they're gonna have?
Weta's
stuff
not
there?
gonna. Weta's gonna have Nerd of the Rings to represent. It's
Oh,
hard
okay.
because they come from away from New Zealand.
Yeah.
The only reason they're in San Diego Comic Con is because they collaborated with another New
Yeah,
Zealand.
that's what they did last year. I think.
That's what they did last year too. But just to show off some of these pieces, I'm very happy that they brought those big, beautiful pieces.
Dude, the one piece they just announced of the Hobbit, like going around the.
saw that-
Oh my god!
I
bro.
saw that thing like 3 weeks ago. I couldn't say anything. You just can't say
I
it,
was
right?
like, man, that's
Yeah,
dope.
the Warhammer. If you know what Warhammer is, man, the Warhammer pieces are.
Oh, Warhammer, yep.
I'm not kidding you. I thought they were the best statues of last year and this year. My opinion.
Wow, nice.
They're
Nice.
that beautiful.
Wow,
in
neat.
some detail. I mean, they're just incredible pieces
Yeah.
from
I
a
want that
great.
one, man.
Yeah, they're beautiful, beautiful.
Finally gonna
We'll have
meet
the third
Jerry
one
for
there.
the first time too in person. I'm excited for that.
And
Mr.
to think,
Jerry.
there's such incredible pieces that were made last year. Through Sideshow and everybody else, and I go, man, look at this piece. Holy shit! I don't know what to tell you. This is really gorgeous.
Dude, I'm
But,
excited.
yeah.
I want to see
And
things in
PCS,
person.
of course, Ant's still coming. You know how he is. He's a little, you know how he is. He's like a squirrel. But he says, I'm coming and I got pieces. He already texted me from San Diego Comic Con. I got shit coming your way. So
Nice.
He's
Extra
gonna ship
30
it from
pieces.
San Diego to your place.
He will. That's what the companies are doing, and that's what's stressing me out. Because I have to have everything ready to go, but kind of floating around because when they do arrive, and what's different from this year and last year, Crit, is I have meeting areas for everybody. Pure Arts. Okay. Oh yeah, Dan will have his Pure Arts will come.
Oh, I love Dan. Dan's
Dan's killer. He's an awesome dude. So he's already coming with his little area. Sideshow Will, you're gonna have your own table in the back with chairs and tons of your stuff. I kind of leaned your stuff into so people can talk about it. With Tim's, I did that already.
Cool.
You guys, of course, you're gonna pick up shit and move it. It drives me absolutely ape shit. I can't stand it. You'll do that. It drives me crazy. And then even Iron Studio has a whole table, but again, you know, who are they representing? You know, Miguel might be the representative.
Yeah, I'm the Iron Studios rep.
He's our rep, which we have a meeting was supposed to be scheduled Monday, I think, but you don't even know about it.
Whatever they need me to do, I do it. They know that. They hit me up for random stuff anyway. So
Miguel is ready to pay the iron price.
I'm ready, bro. I'm ready for all of it. I'm gonna be taking videos and stuff, so I'm excited to kind of take a break from the stuff here I have at home and all these.
What do you guys think about the coverage of San Diego Comic-Con?
I mean, it's weird because I feel like I get more coverage from the group, right? From the groups I get more coverage from, but I think Iron Studios does a good job like announcing stuff. But for me, Iron Studios killed it with their reveals. PCS killed it with their reveals. Ant did a great job with his stuff. I was thoroughly impressed. Weta with that one piece I was really impressed with too. But a lot of people had some good stuff, and then the stuff they have down the pipeline too that they were showing the renders and stuff I thought was pretty awesome. Same thing with Iron Studios and PCS showing off renders. Like I saw some of the Hasbro stuff, and somebody, I don't know, forget if it was McFarlane or somebody was doing the 97 Penguin with the duck car. I forgot who it was. But they got a lot of good stuff happening. It's just, you know, Marvel wasn't there, and I don't feel like the hype was as big as it was maybe the year before. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. So also too, maybe Will doesn't even know this too, but Sideshow did send me a piece that they haven't even showed yet. They showed maybe a video just now, but I've
just
never.
Now.
It came,
We're switching
over
there.
You know when they come in those boxes in China, you don't even. There's not even a box.
I'm not even sure what that would be.
Huh. Yeah, so I put it up and I go, please don't. Nobody come in here and karate kick this shit. But it's right here. It's a piece that no one got to see in person, and now you can see it.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Cool.
And
Andy, if you're watching, Andy, I have no parts of this until that day. Until that day, it's fair game. But I have no parts of this, Andy. Don't shoot me an email.
I didn't say what it was. That's right.
I know.
All right.
I know. Listen, I'm excited, man. But yeah, man. Listen, guys, that kind of we went over a little bit, but not in a bad way. I don't mind it. But man, Will, thank you so much for being on. It was a pleasure, man. I have open door policy. If you ever see anybody that like a celebrity or somebody that you're a fan of and want to jump on with us just as a panel member, dude, just hit me up. You can come on. Doesn't matter. We're always rocking out here. And you're always welcome to come back, especially when you do another piece or they announce another piece and want to talk about it. We're all about it. So cool. Looking forward to meeting you as well at StatueCon. So I'm excited for that. And guys, for everybody who's watching now or who's going to be watching on the replay, all his info is in the bio of the video. And obviously follow Sideshow for more updates and reveals, and they have a million different groups, so make sure you check those out, or check us out in our Facebook group. We're always posting everything they post pretty much. But man, we really appreciate you, Will. Thank you so much for having us on, or for being on our show. Marcos, thank you too, brother. You're always doing your thing for us, so really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, I love you guys.
And yeah, man, we are looking forward to StatueCon, man. We're gonna have it'll be crazy. I'm excited. But real quick, Kennedy, what you got going on? You got anything going on?
Nope. Going to the Yankee game tomorrow. That's about it.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yo, speaking of that, off topic, the Puerto Rico All-Star team versus Dominican Republic All-Star team is going to be playing in Philadelphia.
Wow. That's a good game.
Yeah.
We're going to try to do that. I just found out the other day, and I hope Lids brings their Puerto Rico exclusive.
Wait, you're
fitted
talking
hat.
about baseball though, right?
Baseball? Yeah.
Okay, anything else? I don't know.
I don't baseball and anything fighting related. I'm good. Everything else,
Yeah,
I'll
Yeah,
go
it's
to it,
not
but I don't know what's
for
going
me,
on.
so.
So, but nice,
Yeah.
nice. Sean, what about you? I know you got some art. You got a lot of art pieces. I'm waiting on the X-Men. You just finished up Galactus, right? What do we got going? I know New York Comic Con's coming your way.
Yeah,
so
well, a lot of stuff in prep for New York Comic Con. Yeah, just finished Silver Surfer piece. The X-Men it's maybe a bit
Male,
of a
right?
pipe
Male
dream.
surfer. Male
What'd you
surfer.
say?
Male surfer, right?
Norin Rad, yeah.
Yes.
do you got anything
Oh
near
my
you? Do you got anything in
Yeah,
arms access?
Oh
Arms away?
no.
No.
Got the Zelda piece.
Well, Sean is a beast. He is known as the king of Artist Alley.
that has been
yeah.
dubbed from thanks to these guys.
Yeah, he's
They're very
savage.
generous.
And you'll be there. You'll be at StatueCon.
No, unfortunately, what is it? Fan Expo Boston is that weekend, which I'm going to be going to. Yeah, although would love to meet either of you guys. I know Detroit's. What'd you say? Detroit's on the opposite side of where you are.
It's only it's 3 hours. Yeah, it's 3 hours.
Okay, I do MC3 Motor City
Oh, you
Comic
do
Con
Motor
every
City?
year. Yeah, that's a good show. If you're ever going to that,
Wow.
love to meet up. That's a great show. But yeah, I'm going to be in Boston that weekend.
Okay. Well, maybe next time, or maybe online or something. We'll have to.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, I've heard some great things about StatueCon. One of the unfortunately, most of my weekends are pretty packed. I do a lot of conventions, but would love to. I mean, next year, whenever the dates are, let me know.
Drag you out to one. We're gonna drag you out to one.
Oh,
Maybe
would love to.
You can have your booth at StatueCon. Why didn't we think of that?
No, I don't know.
Why didn't we think of that? Why didn't we think of that?
Compare that to a Boston Fan Expo? I don't know. I want you to eat, bro. I want you to eat.
I appreciate it. No, still, it sounds like a great time. One of these years, I definitely want to go.
Listen, he's working on an X-Men piece that I may purchase. We'll see, like the original. I'm sweating over here.
It's a big one. I would like to get it done by New York, but I don't know. A lot of detail. Might be a pipe dream. We'll see. Yeah, I got to take my time.
Well, yeah. All right. Cool. Critical. What about you? What you got coming up?
Just hanging out on Thursdays, Constructive Outrage with my little brother up there. Just doing what we do, and I'm a little disappointed that my little brother won't be able to make it to StatueCon.
I know.
I was looking forward to putting him in a headlock and say, "Okay, remember all that shit you was talking on live?"
I don't know. He's got his Hogan bandana on.
According to the New York judicial system, I'm not allowed to leave the state of New York. So.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Come on. P-Rock, what about you? What you got going on?
More reviews in the channel. We have LWO not tonight, obviously, because most of the guys are San Diego Comic Con. So we're gonna do a show tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow afternoon. So we're gonna do LWO Comic Con convention version, whatever, what you might call it.
Yeah. All right.
Thingamajig.
Good title.
Thingamajig. And then you're gonna work on getting the StatueCon, right? That's what we're gonna be working on.
Dude, I'm looking at the price. I was looking at Detroit. You said Detroit's 3 hours away. Shit.
Bro, go just fly into Chicago. We just told you. Fly into Chicago.
Chicago's probably
Midway.
the best way.
Flying to Midway.
That's fucking $500 one way.
For you?
From where?
From
You
Connecticut.
know what that is? Waiting the last mother beep minute.
All right. Well, first of all, in my defense, I was not part of this group, so I hear all these guys saying how their car
Bro, we've been
driving.
talking about
My
this
thing is like,
forever.
no, I know that, but you and Calvin just told me recently that you guys are driving to Chicago and then getting a car from there, and then I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to get the freaking?
No, we're not driving to Chicago. We're
No, I
flying
know you're getting a car from
driving
Chicago,
from Chicago, yeah.
and then you're driving
Everybody
over there.
has to do that though, and I said to us, there
are no Ubers.
There's no airport near.
You can always hitchhike.
Yeah,
I'll show some legs, I guess. I'll hitchhike.
You know the unwritten rule of the road.
I'll do like a statue and show my thighs. There we go.
Do what you got to
Will's
do.
doing it. Will's doing it.
Yeah.
He's flying. He's doing his thing.
Well, Will's probably coming in a stretch limousine. And
Exactly. That's my point. There's a big difference between Will and I. There's a big difference between Will and I.
They got a limo. Him and Anthony. They got a limo bus coming to get him.
You're talking about Daniel. Hey,
Daniel's gonna fly him in.
See, exactly. See, there's a big
That's how you
difference.
mess
They
up.
coming
Daniel's
in
coming in
on
a private jet.
Bougie as hell.
G6.
Daniel.
Daniel has a private jet though. He'll just fly there himself.
He's
That's
flying
true.
in a G6.
Daniel's
Yeah, Ruby said
bougie
that.
and Martine cannot. Oh my God, I don't know about this card. It's a little hot. Come on, dude. Come on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Who,
yeah.
Martine?
He is
Yeah.
such a baby. Both of them.
Martine, really? Oh my
Martine.
god.
Oh,
They're just used to the finer things, man. They live
they're
high
so
down there.
used to it. So used to it. Holy shit!
that's
Ooh, this
awesome.
water's a
That
little.
Argentinian dollar goes a
Cool it
long
up.
way.
Yeah, right.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, listen, guys. Well, that concludes our show. We appreciate everybody tuning in. For those who are watching live, make sure you hit that like button. For those who are coming back to watch the replay because they're out at San Diego Comic-Con, make sure you leave a comment. Follow everybody here. And we'll see you guys on the next episode of Collectors Assemble Live. Peace, everybody. See you guys.
You got some nice ass music.